Yeah, he had a great run and it's fun to watch. I think I watched Indiana State and Iowa. Caitlin Clark played about.
You called her garbage. You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I've been watching from afar and understanding just how much of a power she is.
When a basketball legend speaks, the entire sport listens. Larry Bird doesn't do hot takes. He doesn't chase headlines. And he rarely enters modern debates. But when his words about Caitlin Clark went viral, the WNBA world exploded. Fans say Angel Reese was disrespected. Media says the rivalry just reached a breaking point. Tonight, we separate fact from hype and uncover what was really said, why it matters, and how this moment could redefine women's basketball.
When you look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and shooting the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese. Stop.
Larry Bird is not just another analyst. He is a three-time NBA champion, a Hall of Famer, and one of the most respected basketball minds in history. Known for brutal honesty, Bird has never been a politician with his words. When he praises a player, it's earned. And when he compares greatness, the league listens.
Did it in practice, so I don't think you can ever get a better teammate than.
Let's be precise. Larry Bird did not go on television to personally insult Angel Reese. What he did was praise Caitlin Clark, emphatically. Bird compared Clark's shooting range, confidence, and court vision to Stephen Curry, calling her must-see basketball. Those words, amplified by sports media, became the foundation of a much larger debate.
The cool part is the way that she plays and her range and the level of difficulty on her shot.
Angel Reese didn't start this controversy, but her name became inseparable from it. The Reese versus Clark rivalry didn't begin in the WNBA. It started in 2023, during the NCAA championship. That moment split fans. Some saw competitiveness, others saw disrespect. And ever since, the comparison has followed both players into the pros.
Games, she's racking up, close to triple doubles every night, and her shooting ability is.
Once the debate reached national television, there was no turning back. Charles Barkley praised Clark's skill under pressure. Shaquille O'Neal admitted initial doubt, then called her range insane. Stephen A. Smith went further, warning that dismissing Clark as just marketing makes a mockery of the women's game.
That polish, there's that, and so it's must-see TV. And I love what it is done for women's basketball in terms of.
Here's where opinion ends and data begins. Caitlin Clark's rookie season. Unanimous Rookie of the Year. League leader in assists. Top 5 MVP voting. Angel Reese, an elite rebounder. A physical force. A cultural icon. But the impact styles are different, and the league is still deciding which defines the future.
I was going to say Caitlin Clark's been compared to you.
Yeah, but I think it almost robs her of the rest of her game because she's such a good floor. She has her overall.
Social media did what always does, it picks sides. Some fans said Reese was being unfairly targeted. Others said Clark earned every word of praise. The conversation stopped being about basketball and became about identity, race, media narratives, and pressure.
I never thought you could ever have a better teammate than ML because he was the guy that would tell you if you wasn't practicing hard, if you.
Here's the truth. The WNBA has never had this level of attention. Rivalries drive leagues. Tension sells tickets. And whether intentional or not, Larry Bird's words poured gasoline on a fire that was already burning.
Remember in timeouts, somebody wouldn't be playing well, and he'd just tell the coach in front of everybody, say, look, coach, you're not getting the effort.
Angel Reese has largely let her game speak. No direct response to Bird. No media war. Just rebounds, toughness, and the promise that this story isn't finished.
Indiana State and Iowa, Caitlin Clark played about the same last year, so I've watched a lot of basketball.
Larry Bird didn't destroy anyone. He did what legends do. He told the truth as he sees it. Now the question isn't who he believes in. It's who will rise when the lights are brightest.
You
know, some of her teammates have animosity towards her. Like when she got knocked down, did you see the young lady come? She didn't run to her rescue. She walked over there.
Who's right? Bird or the backlash? Comment below. Like. Subscribe. Stay locked in.
This young lady, only thing she's doing, like you said, is out here. She's playing the game of basketball, and she's having fun doing it. And the media has put her on this pedestal that other people can't.
The recent controversy involving Larry Bird, Caitlin Clark, and Angel Reese has reignited one of the most intense debates in modern women's basketball. While headlines and social media framed the situation as Larry Bird destroying Angel Reese, the reality is more nuanced. What actually happened was a powerful endorsement of Caitlin Clark by one of basketball's most respected legends, an endorsement that quickly escalated into a broader conversation about talent, impact, rivalry, and the future of the WNBA. Larry Bird's comments gained traction because of who he is. As a Hall of Famer and one of the sharpest basketball minds in history, Bird is known for his honesty and restraint. He rarely involves himself in modern debates, especially in the women's game. When he praised Caitlin Clark's shooting range, confidence, and overall impact, comparing her influence to that of Stephen Curry, the basketball world listened. His words were not a direct attack on Angel Reese, but in a league already divided by comparisons, the implication was impossible to ignore. Caitlin Clark's rise has been historic. From her record-breaking college career at Iowa to her immediate impact in the WNBA, Clark has proven she is more than a marketing phenomenon. She won Rookie of the Year unanimously, led the league in assists, and finished near the top of MVP voting. These accomplishments gave weight to Bird's praise and made it difficult for critics to dismiss his opinion as hype-driven or biased. For many analysts, Clark represents a shift in how the women's game is played and consumed. Angel Reese, however, remains a central figure in this conversation for valid reasons. Her rivalry with Clark dates back to the 2023 NCAA championship game, a moment that polarized fans and solidified both players as cultural symbols as much as athletes. Reese's physical dominance, rebounding ability, and unapologetic confidence have made her one of the league's most recognizable stars. While her statistical impact differs from Clark's, her presence has undeniably shaped narratives around competitiveness, identity, and media treatment in women's sports. The media response amplified the divide. Figures like Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, and Stephen A. Smith echoed praise for Clark's basketball ability while warning against reducing her success to marketing alone. Social media, meanwhile, turned the discussion into a battleground, with fans arguing over respect, jealousy, and fairness. What began as basketball analysis evolved into a broader cultural debate, often losing nuance along the way. Ultimately, this moment is less about tearing one player down and more about defining greatness in a growing league. Larry Bird's comments did not end Angel Reese's career, nor did they crown Caitlin Clark uncontested queen of the WNBA. Instead, they highlighted how much the league has grown, to the point where women's basketball now sparks the same passion, controversy, and scrutiny as the men's game. The real story isn't who is criticized, but how this rivalry is pushing the WNBA into an unprecedented spotlight.
I think it makes a mockery of the women's game. If the focus on, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their intention, and they're not as talented, we're not putting the best team out.
Well, since then, Caitlin Clark won the Rookie of the Year award unanimously and finished 4th in MVP voting. She also led the entire league in assists.
She was outplaying Diana Taurasi. Was she outplaying Diana Taurasi at that point in time that she was on the team? It's a simple yes or no.
Even though Caitlin Clark is one of the most talented basketball players of all time, basketball was never the reason for Clark being left off the team. To Stephen A. and Shannon's point, if Clark was already good enough to make the team,
like Caitlin Clark was averaging 5 points a game. At the time, she was still averaging 16 points a game, which was more than a lot of other guards.